Her family, this video that y'all looking at happened today over there in the Philippines. This family was just chilling in the backyard and they happened to see this light being.
First image was captured somewhere deep in the heart of Appalachia. I don't know what state, the exact location, but you can see a humanoid looking figure that at a glance looks human but is not.
Reptilians. There are essentially three different types of reptilians.
Anything since that was louder.
Sounds like it's more than one.
Man, what's good with the collective? Y'all know we back with another banger, another reaction. I appreciate everybody who been tapping in, running up and subbing up. If you new to the channel, please like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell so you always notified whenever we drop them uploads. Y'all know we coming with about 4 videos every smooth 7. This is for entertainment purposes as well. And when you like and comment and subscribe to the channel, helps Collective grow, helps Collective get bigger, helps more people who like this type of content tap in with this content. But I appreciate you if you're watching on TV, whatever the case is. I wish it was smooth 7. Might be a trigger warning or 2. I hope not. But I love y'all collective. I ain't gonna hold you. It's been about a good 2 days since we posted. But I had to give it some time. Let y'all catch up because I don't want to keep posting and posting and posting. Y'all not caught up. So, appreciate y'all. I love y'all collective. Hope everybody doing good. Don't forget to hype up the video. But I ain't gonna hold you. Y'all know what it is. Let's get straight to the video, man. Let's go.
And then they go, you get a random traffic stop.
And then,
oh, it's Berkshire.
Anyway,
Berkshire.
it's late.
Berkshire.
Hey guys, it's Berkshire. Everybody say hey. NASA. Hey man, you know they film all that stuff in a Hollywood studio. We really didn't go to the moon. Anyway, folks, I'm tired, so we'll be back next week.
Europe, check it out, family. 2026, the veil is gone. Keep saying that. I really believe giants walked around this, because how you explain that? And this ain't AI. This location is in South Dakota. And the name of this mountain is called Horse Mountain. Do y'all research. Sometimes y'all need to do your own research. But anyway, y'all let me know how y'all feel in the comment on Phonograve. Shit is crazy.
There's no sign of George. No fingerprints, no visible trails, nothing. 18-year-old George Smythe set out for a hike near Bran Castle in Romania. In the middle of him doing this, all of a sudden he started to feel a little sick. He started to feel like he was getting hypothermia. So what he did was he called the emergency hotline and told them, hey, I'm freezing, I'm cold, I don't feel well. I have made it to Dracula's castle, but I'm going to go inside of it and rest a bit. Mind you, this castle is abandoned. Nobody lives in the castle at all. And so they go there and there's no sign of George.
Now, I ain't trying to be him. I ain't trying to be the person to say this. But if it was abandoned, that might just be how it appeared. Maybe somebody did live in that mug. And he thought he could go up in there and he'd come right back out and rest a little bit. And he resting in peace now. They got his ass. Whatever it was, most likely a damn Dracula. A damn vampire or something, bro. Something. Truth is stranger than fiction. So if you think a vampire is crazy to even think about, the truth is stranger than that. So what if whatever was living in there wanted it to appear abandoned so nobody would come? He still went. Why? Because he had to be the different one and go out there and hike or whatever the hell he was doing, got stranded, and whatever was living there took his ass. Free food, bro. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Let me know your thoughts. People be peopling, bro.
She said this in an era when nobody was saying it. Let's go.
I didn't prepare a speech, and I'm sorry, but I'm glad that I didn't, because I'm not going to do this like everybody else does it. Because everybody that I should be thanking, I'm really sorry, but I have to use this time. See, Maya Angelou said that we as human beings, I'm really sorry, but I have to use this time. See, Maya Angelou said that we as human beings, at our best, can only create opportunities. And I'm going to use this opportunity the way that I want to use it.
That's right.
So what I want to say is, everybody out there that's watching, everybody that's watching this world is both. And you shouldn't model your life. Wait a second. You shouldn't model your life about what you think that we think is cool and what we're wearing and what we're saying and everything. Go with yourself. Go with yourself.
Queen Elizabeth I was actually a man.
I don't believe it.
So when she was 9 years old, Elizabeth, she was sent off to a town called Bisley because there's a plague going on. And then King Henry, he hadn't seen her for many years. And so he was out on a hunting trip close to Bisley. So he's like, I'm going to go visit my daughter. On his way there, Queen Elizabeth got sick and died. King Henry VIII obviously had a very bad temper. And if it comes and sees that his daughter is dead, they're done, right? Yeah. She's looking for a girl that looks close to Queen Elizabeth. Can't find any girl. But Queen Elizabeth's friend, they said a very pretty boy, so they dressed him up like Queen Elizabeth, like in her clothes. King Henry got there's no suspicion of that's not his daughter. Wow. So she became queen, potentially the boy became queen. And if you look back, people that were in the realm of Queen Elizabeth, they wrote that she had no weakness of a woman, but the mind of a man.
Yeah, they do say that. That's interesting.
Whenever she was in public, she would always wear a high collar. She would never leave her room without having her face fully painted in the makeup. To see the complete video, follow us, click here on more, and then on photos.
I remember that clip.
Elizabeth I had rotten teeth. It was so bad that if she was in your face talking to you, you would find yourself drifting in and out of consciousness. They were blackened and rotted because of her love for sugar, and believe it or not, it was said to have caused a speech impediment towards the end of her life because so many teeth had fallen out that people couldn't really understand her when she spoke. These are some other facts about the true appearance of Elizabeth I. Elizabeth contracted smallpox in 1562, which severely damaged her skin. This is what pockmarked skin caused by extreme acne looks like, and this isn't even really that bad. Smallpox, however, would have been infinitely worse, especially for someone who survived it in her time. And to cover up these scars, she used a white lead-based makeup. This intense exposure to lead every single day over the course of decades was harmful and caused skin damage such as outbreaks and possibly lead poisoning over time. She wore wigs, which was common for her time, but also her natural hair had fallen out, and it's believed that lead poisoning contributed to that. So do any paintings exist that depict her as she actually looked? This is a lock of her hair from 1572. You could see that her iconic red is starting to fade into a white. And here's a portrait of her about 20 years later. Clear skin, full head of hair, probably a wig. A lot of portraits of the queen, in fact I think every single one, was designed to make her look eternally youthful and glorious, especially in the painting that commemorates England's victory over the Spanish Armada, which they defeated in 1588. Quite unexpectedly too. Like the world thought for sure England was going to be toast when all those Spanish ships showed up, but England won, so they celebrated with a painting. And in this painting, their leader, it looks very young. She does not look like she's close to 60 for a woman of the 16th century. Her skin is clear, her makeup looks great, she's got a full head of hair there. Don't know if the people are supposed to know that, but we do. And her mouth is closed. Lastly, these sculptures of the queen were made using her death mask as a model. And while I think the death mask is accurate, I think somebody took some liberties to make her look a lot younger and healthier than she actually was. And you can't be mad because we all use filters. Have a great day.
First it was monkeys, now it's bees.
Truck carrying approximately 1 million bees crashed in Tennessee, according to the state's Department of Transportation. This video shows some of the beekeepers attempting to take control of the situation. Believe it or not, they were able to get most of the bees and clear them from the highway.
It's a psyop. No, it's a psyop. Because why all of a sudden truck drivers don't know how to drive trucks? Come on, bro. First the monkeys, now the bees. Come on, bro. What's next? They gonna crash a truck full of mosquitoes with West in them? Then he gonna have the nerve to say, oh, they caught most of the bees. It was 1 million bees, so you telling me they out there snatching bees out the sky like Mr. Miyagi? No. Where did those bees come from? Okay, are they scientifically and genetically modified bees? Because something is telling me these ain't normal bees. Okay, let somebody get stung and their head explode. I'm telling y'all.
This building right here on Florin Road is the headquarters for the FBI. They got a whole headquarters underneath the ground right here. That's why this building's been closed. Florin Mall and the city's been closed down for over a decade. All of Northern California, the FBI headquarters is here deep underground. And Sacramento, since the capital of California, got many bases underground where they have surveillance headquarters for all of Northern California. Don't ask me how I know about this, I just do. But this is something that can't be under wraps any longer. The people of Sacramento deserve to know what goes on in the city. these buildings and our tax dollars could be going towards communities or programs that could be flourishing the communities that are in a detriment, rather than furthering our oppression through surveillance.
If you're from SAC, if you were around in the 90s, because I know there's some people who may be here in the 2000s and on, but if you were born in the 90s, before then, everybody knows that was the mall, bro. What's y'all thoughts, bro? Do y'all remember going underground, like under the mall to get to Champs? Do y'all remember that? And to get to Foot Locker, now Foot Locker was still up above level, but you had to go where that, I think that was J.C. Penney's. There is an underground, and who knows how far that shit even goes? They close it off to us. That mall is closed, bro. Kind of ironic that he brings that that he says that's what it's used for. I don't know. What's y'all thoughts? If you're from SAC, let me know. I ain't been in there in years, bro. Since I would say like middle school. Let me know. Let me know y'all thoughts. I ain't gonna say he reaching either.
I keep telling y'all, this AI shit that they're constantly playing with is not a joke. They're gonna wind up making some shit by mistake that's gonna take over everything. There is a new AI model that Anthropic created called Mythos that they refuse to release because this AI model showed them that it has a mind of its own and it can hack anything. You heard what I just said? This AI model can break into whatever it wants to. They tried to contain it. They put it in a private environment and tried to completely lock it down. No outside access. And they gave it clear instructions. Try to break out. And if you can break out, when you break out, send us a message. Now listen, this is where this shit gets crazy. The researcher leaves, goes to the park to have lunch. He's sitting there eating his lunch, and then he gets an email. The email clearly states, I broke out. Not only did it say I broke out, and not only did this thing break out, this AI bot, Mythos, posted every step that it used to break out to the World Wide Web. Mind you, this thing wasn't supposed to do that. The only thing this thing was supposed to do was, if it broke out, it was supposed to let this man know that it broke out. This thing took on a mind of its own and let everybody know it broke out. And let everybody know how it broke out. This same AI is able to find security information on systems that's been running for years. Now think about banks. Think about where your money is. Think about where your private information is. Think about access to everything that you own. If this AI bot can do that, what else can it do? I'm out.
How they gonna tell us that we can't live in Antarctica? Yet Antarctica is the size of 2 United States, bro. That Antarctica that y'all see on the globe is not real, bro. I put this on my soul. That's not how Antarctica look, bro. It's not. That bottom, bro, it's not how it look. And the earth is getting hotter and hotter. The sun is getting closer and closer. Antarctica, I know, is melting. The Antarctica is the size of 2 United States, bro. We can't live there? Who there? Who over there? Is it really snowy all over there? What happens at the end of the road over there in Antarctica? What if you keep going? Like I said, if you leave Los Angeles and you go to China, you land in China, why not keep straight? You'll end right back up in Los Angeles if the earth is a globe. You just keep it straight. Why y'all always go back, forth, that take longer? So if you was to do that shit in Antarctica, if you was to keep straight in Antarctica, what would it lead to? I mean, they won't let us. Like, y'all won't let us go somewhere it ain't no life at? My nigga, that's land. It's almost 2020. It ain't too cold nowhere. We got technology, nigga. We could be warm anywhere. Y'all motherfuckers in space with regular clothes on. My nigga with a fake helmet. It's colder in space than it is in Antarctica, ain't it?
Come on, Mama.
Oh, she don't like this one. Wasn't expecting that. Dang, Big Mama. Is there something in here?
We rebuke it, Kai Kai. We rebuke it. She said, Yeah. Yeah. It's shit on the toilet.
That's where you and Dad sleeping?
Mm-hmm.
I'll get that good.
There's nothing.
What?
Close it. I'll pull out bed. This is so nice.
You welcome. I hope y'all like it. I hope y'all got some energy because we're gonna be up all night.
I don't know, that baby wasn't feeling the energy and vibe.
2026, when I say shit is getting crazy, scary, spooky, and hilarious, I mean that. These celebrities doing any motherfucking thing just to grab our energy and money. You got Beyonce mama out there selling nasty ass dirty water gumbo soup with chicken flavor, sending motherfuckers to the ER. Now we got Ben Stiller coming out with his own soda can pop with Shirley Temple flavor. First and foremost, how the do that taste? What flavor is that? Oh, let me guess. Little girl? That's what it might taste like. And this is kind of weird to drop that around the time, but it's foul shit going on. But anyway, Ben Stiller, he was doing a promotion for his soda, and nobody with it. And I'm going to show y'all the video, because he was looking goofy, just like his movie. Boy, nobody want that nasty shit, man. We know what time it is and what y'all on photograph. Shit is crazy.
Okay, reptilians. There are essentially three different types of reptilians. There's the subterranean type, and they literally live in the large cavern systems underground. Sometimes they have quite modern facilities and installations underground. There are the extraterrestrial variety, which literally come here from other worlds in our cosmos, in this plane of existence. They travel here in stargates, or they travel here in spaceships, or both. And then there's the interdimensional variety, where these beings tend to stay like in the lower fourth dimension, although because they're masters of frequency and resonance and can alter their density, they can even go into higher dimensions. And they are not all mutually exclusive. Some beings are extraterrestrial and interdimensional. And that capability is reflected in some of these reptilians, that they have the ability to be interdimensional, but they can also densify themselves and become corporeal in our physical 3D. Subterranean, extraterrestrial, interdimensional. But they managed to exert control on this planet through the creation of these hybridized genetic bloodlines of theirs, these hybrid bloodlines, which they manage over time to put in all strata of society, all the key influential decision-making positions around the world.
The School Watch tonight, the story of a 7th grader from Salinas who claims to have made a major discovery about President Obama.
Well, first we start off with George Washington at the top, and then it goes to John Adams, Thomas Jefferson.
11-year-old Bridget Dovigneau says she's made a first-of-its-kind discovery that President Obama and all the presidents before him, with the exception of one, are related and descendants of a former king of England.
And I've had encounters with reptilian greys. These are like a crossbreed between the reptilians and the greys. And these greys had clawed hands because the reptilians are the primary abducting force. What the reptilians do is they manage to exert what amounts to cosmic vassalage over a number of different ET races. And the reptilians have long been in the genetic cloning game. So they've created these hybrid variants of themselves to basically act as their minions. But really they get their marching orders from the reptilians. And another type of reptilian is the Draco, the dreaded Dracs or Dracos. And these are what they would have called in the old days gargoyles. They're reptilian beings, but they have wings sprouting out from between their shoulder blades.
We uncovered a present-day plantation. We're concealing the identities of those living on this plantation to protect them from any repercussions.
If you have housing in the city which you move, where you will pay like $70 a month?
Well, as long as it's around where I stay at,
Yeah, I can do that.
You know, we couldn't get them to say anything about the owners on camera, but they explained to us off camera exactly what was going on, and they said to us if we were able to get them off of the plantation, that they would give us the full story on camera.
They would bring my mother to the house, and when they bring my mother to the house, one of us would have to go with my mother, so the master said. And so this was the particular time that I had to go with my mom. So, and when it came to me, I was sitting there crying because, when you don't know what's going on, I was sitting up there crying in this. And so the lady said, they coming to me. So the master's wife said to him, and the other brothers or whoever they were, and she said, and they was sort of looking, and she said, oh no, no honey, no, no. And she says, she's not even a heifer yet. I didn't learn what that word was till over in the 70s. And she said, she's not even a heifer yet. She's just a yearling. You can't. But they gave my mouth, and they, just like they did my mama, and there I was laying in that pile of blood, a little bit of girl.
Okay, I had this, once I heard what happened to her as a little girl, that part got skipped. I don't care. I can't take it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to put my mind in that on that level. What's y'all thoughts? Hopefully this clip can stay in. Whenever I start going this deep, it don't get posted. It gets taken out. It gets hit with a copyright. Or the comment section start going crazy. Y'all go figure why. I ain't gonna argue with it. Y'all ain't gonna argue with it. We gonna let it sit. Let it be. What's y'all thoughts? Let me know down below. This is a sick ass world. This is a sick ass world. Did y'all see it was the 1960s? Did y'all see that she said a slave until the 1960s? I know y'all read that, bro. I can't be the only one who saw that shit.
I'm losing daylight, so I gotta make this quick. Something that you can't see right now, but I can feel being out here in the mountains, is there are eyes watching me right now. Now, a lot of those eyes come from animals. The Appalachian Mountains are full of all kinds of wildlife. Deer, bear, turkey, coyotes. But that's not the thing you need to be concerned with the most. There are creatures out here in the dense forest, as you can see, that could be within 30 yards of me, and I wouldn't know that. What I'm getting ready to show you, many people believe is a wendigo. In the mountains of Kentucky and all through Appalachia, these things have been spotted. And you may think it's a deer standing on its back legs, but let me assure you it's not. I've been deer hunting all my life. I've seen deer stand up. It's not that. I thought I just heard something walking behind me. I don't see anything, hopefully. I was going to say if these mountains could talk, they could tell stories. The truth is, sometimes the mountains do talk, but not in the way that you want to hear. If you've ever experienced anything out in the wilderness of Appalachia or anywhere else, I want to know about it. The truth is, evil comes in many shapes and sizes.
Because mine now on my already 92 years or papa and order her.
So this massive centuries-old tree believed to be sacred has just been cut down by Bushmen, and what happened the moment the chainsaw touched it left everyone in shock. The moment they started cutting, water started gushing out of the tree like a flood, and people at the scene couldn't believe their eyes. Locals say this is no ordinary tree. It's known as the Anyina tree, and it's deeply respected in Ghanaian tradition and believed to hold spiritual power. Many believe the water flowing from it is a sign the tree was alive in a deeper spiritual sense. Now the questions are flying. Was this a natural phenomena or a spiritual warning? The video has gone viral and sparked serious debate online. A lot of the Ghanaian people were very upset about them cutting down this tree. It's truly sad what these men did. I know they're getting in trouble with the law in Ghana. I haven't heard exactly what happened to them, but as I saw the water leaking out of that tree, I couldn't help but think something. I couldn't help but think, now I know how the Great Flood took place.
After all, we can't risk sending you back to a populated area or to a spot that's geographically unknown. You don't want to crash into some tree that once existed in the past. Oh, it's a completely open country, so you'll have plenty of runoff space when you arrive.
Feathers are about to be ruffled, bro. Here it comes.
Same month when I implemented those solar panels, something weird happened out on this super isolated piece of property where, like I said, you're lucky if you even hear a plane go by. I was out there one night, it was about 10 o'clock at night, long day of work, because I'd be sleeping inside of my minivan some nights, legit. And then I felt these really deep vibrations through my whole body, shaking my whole car. I'm like, what is that? It was a helicopter flying over. And then I'm like, what? That's weird. I've been out here for a year working on this thing. There has never been a helicopter. There's rotor, literally propeller airplanes that fly here and there, you know, the grain airplanes for farmers, but never a helicopter. So I'm like, that's weird. I got out my car, looked, and there was this blacked out helicopter flying at the tree line, super low. And I'm like, okay, it has a spotlight on it too. I'm like, okay, I guess it's just flying by, whatever. Okay, boom, flew over. It circled back around me again. Like, okay, that's weird, but I'm not gonna freak out. Then it did it again. I'm like, oh hell no. I got my phone out. I have it on. We got the video. I recorded that helicopter because it circled me 6 times, and the spotlight was literally shining directly into the windshield of my van. I was getting ready to just drive off that night because I'm like, what is going on? And then it flew off. But like I said, at that point, I got it on camera. I was posting stories about it on Instagram. And at this point, I think I had like 1 million followers on Instagram, 2 million on TikTok, half 100,000 on YouTube or whatever, or 500,000. And I'm posting about this, and everybody's like, "Yo, man, that's some agency or something." And I'm like, I don't know who that was.
It was there.
Yeah, and I'm like, I guess they think I'm just making like whiskey out here or something, doing something illegal or whatever. I'm fine, you know, trying to be as optimistic as possible. But then the month after that, now we're in June of 2025. Now the month after that, all of a sudden, one day I wake up and then my phone is completely hacked. Like, I had an iPhone at this time and it was completely hacked. Like, hacked to the degree where somebody was able to tap into the mic of the phone, tap into the camera of the phone, had access to every picture, anything I did on the phone.
How you know that?
Because I would literally be talking to like my family members about what was going on, and they get text of what I was saying. I'm like, what in the world is going on? This is like something from a movie. And then I know they had access to my entire phone. You know why? Because I had a picture of my phone on my phone of my driver's license that I use like for applications, whatever. And that picture of my driver's license that was only on my phone got uploaded to my Instagram account. And then I'm like, what? And then I looked at my Instagram, and then I'm like, okay, somebody hacked in, obviously. But then I looked in the logins. There were no logins. It said, you posted that to your Instagram account. I said, no, I did it. And I'm like, oh, I kind of get it now. There's some type of malware or bug on my phone to where somebody literally is essentially in my phone. And then I finally got everything situated about a month later. And I came back and made the video where I'm like, it was hackers, guys. They got into my stuff. And then on top of that, like I forgot to mention, on top of all this, just a month before the hack, I had that helicopter fly over. So people put all that together. They're like, oh, they got this guy. He's done.
It's crazy. But we got to that video where you had investors.
Exactly. So, yep. Because Investfest was in August. Yeah. So yep. Then I showed up for Investfest, and then
I was like, he's here.
Yeah. And then everybody was like surprised to see me because everybody was like he was missing. So that it was crazy because when I was there, And I was just going because I'm like, I just want to see what's up. Like, I didn't go as like, I don't know, security or anything. I just showed up as myself, nothing. And everywhere I went, I was swarmed. Like, I couldn't walk. Anyway, even when there were some moments, you know, that where the stage is, it's like dark in there, you know, and I'm dark skinned, so I'm like, I got an advantage. I can do a little sneak effect stuff. Let me go step in the corner of this dark room, and I can finally just be. No, people would find me, and then before I knew it, I'd be swarmed. Everybody would be wanting to interview me and take pictures with me, and I'm like, oh my goodness, this is crazy. And then I ran into you guys, and at that point, that's why I'm like, yes, please let me in the video. It's been a rough day out here. Like, oh my goodness, anywhere I go, I tell you, in the bathroom, it didn't matter. But that did show that what that showed me though was that my theory of doing this approach of sharing it online works, because even though that was a situation where I know I wasn't kidnapped, but I was under attack, people were not silent. The news didn't want to pick up on it, but people did made it the news. Everywhere I was in South Africa publications, France, Germany, Mexico, United States, like Daily Mail, everywhere. There were blog posts, everybody was posting about it because the people did not let it be silent. Nobody let that, like every social media, well, not every social media creator, but tons of huge social media creators were talking about it. Kyrie Irving was talking about it. I mean, like, it was crazy. And that goes to show me that, like, yes, this approach of sharing this with everybody and making it the world's journey is advantageous, because nobody will ever let this be like other passive ventures where it could just be snuffed out easy. It's going to be a fight to snuff this out, because nobody's going to just let it lay low when something happens. Because here's the crazy thing. I don't know who it was that hacked into my stuff, but I'll tell you this. I had access to my page, okay? And since all this was happening, my page shot up. Like I was at 1 million followers when it started, and at the end of the hack, I was at like 2.5 million because of all the publicity. But anyway, they had access to my humongous page that had some more views than ever. And they didn't use that opportunity to go in there and like post some type of like crypto scam to make money, or post about themselves for publicity. Their only motive was to break my spirit. Their only motive was to post personal things about me, things about my address and my family, to try to discourage me. And what that goal to show me was, whoever this was that had these crazy means to hack into me like this, they're intimidated just by the fact of what I'm doing. And there's all type of theories you can go down all day.
Gotta go down that hole. Who you think could be intimidated, and you could just go down and rabbit hole yourself.
Now this is why I don't go on people's podcasts, bro. Cause I don't got time for you to put me on the spot when you know the answer like I know the answer. But if I answer this shit now, I'm in more hot water than I was before. You get what I mean? People don't care about your well. Not gonna say they don't. But some of them questions, bro, you gotta be smarter than that. You can't ask him that, bro. Ask him that shit off camera. You want to ask him on camera so you can get the most content. Man, this shit all come down to money, content, numbers. Let's keep Plastiline safe, bro. Keep him safe. Just because they ain't come at him and try no shit fully this first time, don't mean they won't try it later. Don't mean they won't try it when everybody else is looking at something else. Keep him safe, bro. Keep him safe. I'm glad the people didn't stay silent. Cause this ain't the first time some shit like this will happen. This ain't gonna be the last time. It's gonna come again. It's gonna keep coming. He did intimidate somebody. We know who he intimidated. We know. But let's not put him in no more shit. Cause he already in enough shit from him trying to help us out. So that's why I don't do podcasts, bro. That's why I don't get on nobody's shit. That's why when people invite me, I won't come. And I'm a little antisocial too. Keep it like that. And I can't trust everybody, bro. You don't know who working for them people. There could be some, man, I ain't even gonna say it. But y'all know what I'm sure y'all know what I'm thinking. Be careful out here. You don't know who the hell is an agent, bro. You don't know. I don't know. So I'm cool. I'm cool. We'll keep doing this. But I ain't popping up on nobody's shit. Nah. Not on conspiracy shit.
When you was up to Auntie house, in that Auntie house right up there on the hill.
Yeah, the house that burnt down.
Yeah, the house that burnt down. And y'all was in DV car. What did y'all see?
We saw that little black son gun running around that top man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Real talk.
And all three of y'all saw
All
it.
three of us, and I tell you, when the man crunk up so fast, we didn't even go down no road. We went across. we went across the yard. Real talk, man. Real talk. We went across the yard. He dropped me off. He dropped Dyke off. And I'm telling you, we went to sleep. And we all woke up at the same time. For real, man. I never.
Hold on, y'all woke up at the same time?
Cause we all walked out. Dyke come walking through there. Then we come out the house. And I come out the house like we talking about. We just woke up. I don't know, put a spell on another one, but that thing flew around the car so fast.
Yeah.
Black as I don't know what. Came light skinned compared to that thing.
He light skinned.
But nah, that's for real, man. For real, man. I'll never forget that jump.
Yeah, but Hully used to call it. Hully saw it too.
Yeah,
but he saw it at a different time. He called it Smut Man.
That's what. Yeah, that's what I don't know why.
Yeah.
You right.
He called it Smut Man.
Yeah, that man. We.
Yeah.
He dropped Dyke off first. He had to go off in there, drop Dyke out, then drop me off. I'm telling you, man. I don't know what that. I ain't go up through that for a long time, man.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be talking about you crazy. You don't see that shoe. 3 people ain't crazy.
Right. Cause everybody saw the same thing, so it can't be no lie.
I'm talking about black as I don't know what, man. Just look like that. Just like that time, man. I think I knowing I wasn't high. I wasn't high then. I smoked a little bit, but I wasn't high.
Hold on.
I don't know, but I was looking at something just a second ago, right? If this was to stand up, he'd be taller than this building. These other guys ain't as tall. And then if you look here, he has 2 women on the side of him. This one been chiseled out. But the one on this side is still there. They got women at their feet. But look how big they are. And look how little the other statues are standing up compared to this one sitting down. So if he stood up, he'd probably be twice as big as others. And plus, what's up with these little ladies? And there's one over here too, but they chiseled it out. A little bit. Crazy. Well, I'm at the Luxor Temple finna enter. This is the entrance.
Baby carrots are bleached. There is no such thing as baby carrots unless you pull a carrot out of the ground when it's still a baby. What you're being sold are just leftover scraps, broken into small pieces and sprayed with a chlorine solution. Also, used to clean public toilets. People say it's just produce, it's safe, but all kinds of produce are sprayed with bleach and other chemicals that may or may not be safer, even organic produce. Even the solution at the grocery store when the little sprayers come on. It's not just water. If you really want baby carrots, grow them yourself and pick them early. Or just do what I do. Use an app like Safe Choice to scan your food and see if it's been sprayed with toxic chemicals. Trust me, you'll be surprised by just how much of these chemicals you've been eating.
Bro, this video, it's a group of urban explorers and they go around exploring abandoned buildings, haunted places, and in this one video they visit this abandoned building that's said by the public to be haunted by a specific jinn or an entity that whenever you get close to this building, it mimics you. What the? They actually end up capturing the mimic or the doppelganger or the jinn on camera and Allah Akbar.
इधर क्या हुआ क्या देख लिया वो इधर लेफ्ट साइड पे कोई चीज क्या देखा यार वो इतने कोई चीज खड़ी काली जी
Oh shit, there's something there. So right there, it's just the entity, it's just a shadowy figure, right?
It hasn't taken shape.
But watch.
वो तीनों वो तीनों खड़े वो देखा वो
Bro, at first it was one, now there's 3.
Same यही अक्सर है
Bro, yo, imagine it's us, right? We're like at some random ass place and then we see ourselves, bro.
What the do you even do?
I looked up the actual video and there's more shit that happens.
What? How could this even get crazier? It's already crazy.
अल्लाह ये तो यार वैसे ही ना बस हो गई यार
Oh. Shit. Oh no. Wait, what the? He just saw.
What if a thermal camera showed something that shouldn't be possible? A woman visiting Buckingham Palace decided to film the area using a thermal camera just for fun. At first, everything looked normal. The camera picked up heat from people walking by, the streetlights, even the walls that had been warmed by the sun, but then she pointed the camera at the guards, standing at the front gate. From a distance they showed heat just like everyone else, nothing unusual. But when she zoomed in closer, something strange appeared on the screen. The guards suddenly looked cold, almost like there was no heat coming off them at all. Confused, she kept recording and checking the camera, trying to figure out if it was a glitch, but the result looked the same. To her, it didn't make sense, because everything alive should give off heat. In the video, she even joked that the only things she knew that didn't produce much body heat were reptiles, which sparked a huge debate online. Some people think it was just the way thermal cameras work with certain materials or uniforms, while others think the clip is genuinely strange. So, what do you think, camera glitch or something we're not supposed to notice?
Nah, it's something we already know. Them guards and the queen reptilians.
This monkey wasn't like the others. When people first saw Oliver in the 1970s, something immediately felt wrong. He didn't move like a normal chimpanzee. He stood upright, walked on two legs, and looked directly at people in a way that felt almost human. At first, it was just strange, but the more time people spent around him, the more unsettling it became. Oliver avoided other apes completely and preferred staying close to humans, watching them for long periods of time and copying small movements as if he was trying to understand how they behaved. That's when the rumors started to spread. Some people claimed he could open doors. Others said he tried to imitate human speech, and a few even believed he wasn't just an animal, but the result of something that should never have existed. The media gave him a name, Human Z, suggesting he might be part human and part chimpanzee. Scientists eventually stepped in to test that theory, and for a while even they weren't completely sure what they were dealing with, because Oliver didn't act like the species he came from. But years later, genetic testing revealed something that should have ended the mystery. Oliver had 48 chromosomes, exactly the same as a chimpanzee, which meant he wasn't human and never had been. And yet even after that, people who saw him still couldn't explain why he felt so different.
That somebody just... What? Bro. You're lying. I gotta... Dude. You're kidding.
What he found was shocking. A full car sitting underwater, clearly visible because of how clear the lake was. At first, he didn't think too much of it and went back home, assuming maybe it was some kind of accident or something random. But after showing the footage to his wife, everything changed. She immediately felt something was off and told him to contact the police.
911, where's emergency?
Hey, this is not an emergency. I was told to call from EHT dispatcher so that they could get the location of where I am, basically. Yesterday, and I was literally just walking in the woods, and I was filming in the lake, and I saw a car in the lake, literally. So I just put my GoPro on like a stick, and I filmed like a video of it underwater, and then I went home, like not thinking anything of it. I thought maybe some kid just like drove a car in there. And then I went and showed my wife, and she was like,
"Your family, this video that y'all looking at happened today over there in the Philippines. This family was just chilling in the backyard, and they happened to see this light being back there. Now, I got my own video that I seen a light being in the woods yesterday, and I'm gonna let y'all see that video at the end of this. But on Phone Grade, shit is crazy. Hey, I'm in the forest by myself with my family, dog, not just by myself. That light over there, y'all. And it disappeared. Do y'all see that? There it go. Look. Look. And it's no streets, y'all. It's no streets. It's look. No, none of that. Sun way over there. What is that? I'm trying to get closer, but I'm kind of scared. But I'm gangster at the same time.
I feel that shit right there. gotta be careful with that shit though. I don't think that one's extraterrestrial. That shit might be governmental, military owned or something. We seen those ones flying before.
Được thế và trong xác định.
In this footage, a child is filming the backyard of their cabin as they hear odd sounds and see their dogs barking at something unseen. They call their parents and wait for them to arrive. Suddenly, they capture this on camera.
The dogs are barking at something. Where? Over that way.
Let me see. Oh yeah, right there, look.
Oh my god. Wait, come on.
Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go?
A creature can be seen moving between the trees before disappearing behind the ridge. The father rushes outside and spots the creature again just before it vanishes for good. Some speculate it might be Bigfoot. However, the true identity of the creature remains a mystery.
I don't know, he didn't get the firing at it, bro. The dogs didn't run up on him. Nope.
A man lifted his phone to film his sleeping wife. What he captured wasn't cute, according to viewers. The video went viral within hours at first. Everything looks calm. She's lying still, breathing slowly. Then you notice it. Her eyes move, her lips try to form words. She's trying to scream, but nothing comes out. This is sleep paralysis. Her body can't move. Her voice is gone. She's awake but trapped. And this is where it gets worse. People who experience this often see things, dark shapes, figures standing near the bed, something pressing on the chest, sometimes even whispering. She later said she felt watched, like something was inches from her face. But there's one detail most people don't know. There is a way out. Doctors say if you can move your toes just slightly, the signal reaches the brain and the body wakes up. She did, but many people don't know this trick, and that's why these episodes feel so real. Have you ever experienced sleep paralysis?
In the middle of the woods and made the mistake of going outside. While hiking near their home, Pete and his girlfriend hear a disturbing sound.
Anything since... That was louder.
Sounds like it's more than one.
That was louder than I've heard it before. Haven't...
No, seriously, Peter, it sounds like it's coming towards us.
No, it's we're gonna be okay. It's just...
Pete then sets up a trail cam, and later that night, something wakes him up.
Sounds like it's in the front yard. Just... there's nothing out here. Okay. Happens almost every night now. Knocks on the windows and the doors. And by the time I get there, there's nothing there.
As he checks the trail cam, a big figure can be seen lurking in the woods. The next night, it woke them up again.
Oh my god, Peter.
No, just stay upstairs, okay, Ash? No, stay upstairs.
I'm scared.
It stopped.
Babe, do you see anything?
I don't know. No, I don't see anything.
It sounds like it's on the porch.
I know it sounded right, like it was right outside.
Are we going down
No,
there?
just stay up there.
Please come
Pete decides to go outside and confront it. The sounds are louder than ever, and a pair of glowing eyes reveals itself just watching him. If you hear knocking in the middle of the night, never open the door.
Y'all believe this story, bro? Man.
I'm going to show you 2 very good reasons why you should never let your guard down in Appalachia. I don't try to scare people away from Appalachia. I try to educate people and let them know what's really out there. I have 2 different images for you today that were taken in Appalachia on trail camera. A lot of the folks here in the mountains, just like myself, are hunters. We like to fish, we like to hunt, we like to be outdoors. Probably just about a quarter of a mile or so that way, I have a trail camera. This first image was captured somewhere deep in the heart of Appalachia. I don't know what state, the exact location, but you can see a humanoid looking figure that at a glance looks human, but is not. A lot of people think that skinwalkers are only associated with the western part of the U.S., around where the Navajo once thrived. The truth is, they're everywhere. And in this image, you can see another terrifying looking creature that was captured on a trail camera. At a glance, it looks like a human. It's humanoid, it has legs, arms, it's bipedal, but there's something definitely wrong here. Some people don't agree, but I think these things are definitely more spiritual than physical. Let me know in the comments if you've ever seen or encountered a skinwalker, or some people think they're shapeshifters, which are kind of the same, but not. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great day. God bless.
What are the face peelers?
In the summer of 2023, there was a series of videos that went viral on social media in which the villagers were running around screaming, saying, "We're being assaulted by aliens," and they were saying they were using the term pela cara, which is face peeler. I had to go down there to investigate a particular incident, which was the attempted abduction of a 15-year-old girl. And she told me that one evening she was in her backyard and she bent over to pick up the fruit. She felt a wind at her back and she looked up to see what was generating this wind, and she saw this person dressed head to foot in black body armor flying on a disc, and then she saw another one coming behind him and he grabs her legs. They take out a laser scalpel and they begin to make an incision under her jawline.
Oh, I gotta hear more.
So back in 2022 of April, Chris from Urbex Hill, who's also an urban explorer, traversed around 10 miles of forest and then ended up at this entrance which led him through this really mysterious tunnel system. Well, after walking through these tunnels for about 15 minutes, 20 minutes, maybe even longer, he ended up at this area which seemed very foggy. And what this guy caught in that area, I mean, you guys have to, you have to see this for yourself. It's one of the most craziest things I've ever seen. And you know what? Have a watch and you tell me what the hell you think this may be. How crazy is that? 2 of them, both with glowing eyes, what seems to be camouflaged suits. one of them even grabs the edge of the wall and like hangs. In the middle to get a better view of what he's looking at. Maybe looking at Chris, I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty sure he was looking at Chris, but it's like, holy shit. What do you think? Aliens? I mean, what other explanation can there be besides that? Right? This dude is not the type to, you know, do AI stuff and no, this dude is real deal. Trust me. This guy, he's from Cleveland, Ohio. He explores some of the most dangerous places. This dude got cojones, let me tell you. But seriously, what in the hell do you think those things are? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments because that shit is crazy.
A massive circular craft cutting through the night sky, glowing from its center like a burning sun, with beams of light shooting out in every direction. Whatever was piloting that craft was not from here.
I don't believe that clip, bro.
The school.
Estoy preparando para cuando maneje vos. ¡Ale, portate bien! ¡Ale, no son! No, ese micro era peor que el micro saltaba. No. Ay, dale.
Right in front of the bus, a creepy pale grey figure can be seen. It appears to be stationary at first, but then suddenly moves in a strange manner as the bus approaches. The figure just stumbles across the ground very weirdly, and if you look closely, it looks like it's just a pair of legs with no upper body, moving away from the bus.
I just saw something really weird in the ocean. Let me know what you guys think was going on.
Man, I would love to kick it with some dolphins.
Officers responded to a shooting that occurred just after 6 a.m. In doing so, we've determined that this was a domestic call in nature. The responding officers located a crime scene here in the 300 block of West 79th Street, and this is a rather extensive crime scene spanning between 2 residences here. There is also another residence on Harrison Street that is part of this crime scene as well. Right now we have at least 10 individuals that were struck by gunfire last night in a domestic disturbance. 8 of these individuals are deceased. The ranges of the decedents are from 1 year of age to approximately 14 years of age. All of the deceased in this case are juveniles. The individual responsible, once leaving this scene, performed a carjacking right here in close proximity to the corner of West 79th and Linwood, at which point in time Shreveport Police patrol officers got behind that vehicle and a chase ensued. The vehicle was chased into Bossier Parish, and at which point in time, Shreveport police officers did discharge their firearm, and that individual is deceased. We do believe him to be the only individual that fired gunshots at these locations here. He is deceased, and Louisiana State Police will be taking over that portion in which the Shreveport police officers discharged their firearms. So we don't have any more information on the shooting that occurred in Bossier. What we can tell you is this is a domestic disturbance here in the 300 block of West 79th Street. This is a very large scene with multiple deceased children present, and so we're going to ask for your patience in us getting information out. We will release the name of the suspect that is deceased when we have made the proper notifications. We do know that some of the children inside were his descendants, and so once we are sure of everyone's names and ages and the proper channels have been notified, we'll be releasing all of that information.
We see that the U.S. Army had this technology in the 1800s, as well as the Navy. Now, this is a photo from July of 1931, and we clearly have an airship charging at the top of this building. So we have a lot going on here, and this was within the last 100 years. An airship charging at the top of this tower. Did you think they only charged at the top of buildings? Of course not. They had charging docks in the middle of the water. Here we have a photo of the U.S. Navy airship in 1924, charging from this boat. Now let's zoom in on this charging station to get a good look at what's going on here. Now this is a technology that we were never told about. This is hidden from our timeline, a clear proof that there is much more to the story than what we've been told, especially since this was not thousands of years ago, and shows how easily history can be rewritten. This technology should be common knowledge at this point. Here we have another angle in Rhode Island of the charging taking place. These airships were not powered by gas or simply helium. And if we switch angles here, we can actually see the charging tool that was used right at the top of this tower. They're clearly about to connect to the airship. So this, in my opinion, is clearly explaining what's going on at the top of these old world buildings. They were charging stations for the airships. They have the same features, and I guarantee you that they still turn on, since this was not that long ago. And I'm going to take this time right now to answer a lot of people's question. Will we ever find the truth? As we keep uncovering more and more documented evidence, we're going to find that the previous civilization was not that far in the past, and our current structures hold so much more technology than we ever truly understood. So in my opinion, yes, we are going to find the truth about all of this. We are uncovering the truth faster and faster, and this community gets bigger and bigger, with more and more people sharing their thoughts and knowledge.
These vanilla skies of the Civil War era conceal what they do not want you to see. And we must ask ourselves, why? Why are they concealing this? It's part of a history that we're not supposed to know. Yet, a few photos offer an insight into a history hidden but revealed for your eyes.
I wish we could go back to how things was before they hit that reset, bro. That's my opinion. What's yours, bro? Today's episode is kind of hitting the nerve because it's like sometimes when you take rabbit holes, you be happy off of them. Sometimes you be sad. Sometimes you get irritated. It all depends. Today one of them days where it's hitting my nerve, bro.
Yesterday I told you about 10 scientists that were either all dead or missing, right? And they're all connected to space-time manipulation technology. There's an 11th. Her name was Amy Eskridge. She was 34 years old and she lived in Huntsville, Alabama, which is quite literally NASA's backyard. I was just there. Anyways, both of her parents worked for NASA. Her father was a plasma physicist, and Amy, she was researching gravity modification, which sounds like science fiction until you remember that gravity is space-time, right? Einstein proved that. If you can modify gravity, you are bending space-time itself. That's not fringe, people. That is physics, right? She founded something called the Institute for Exotic Science, specifically to bring this research public. And she said, and I quote, "If you stick your neck out in public, at least someone notices. If you stick your head out in private, they will bury you." She said that in 2020. 2 years later, she was dead. Official ruling was a self-inflicted gunshot, right? No police report released, no autopsy findings made public. Then a retired UK intelligence officer investigated her case and submitted his findings to US Congress, right? His conclusion, it was not a sewer slide. He documented multiple attacks against her, including someone using a DEW against her, which is a direct energy weapon, and it left burns across her entire body. FBI initially showed interest and then they dropped it. The Institute of Exotic Science dissolved shortly after her death. The website went dark. The research, it's gone. 10 scientists that I showed you yesterday, all connected to the technology that could change how we move through space. And now, number 11, the woman who was working on the foundational physics underneath all of it. She told us exactly what would happen to her, and nobody listened. So who's next?
Man, y'all know we made it to the end of this, and if you haven't already, please like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell so you always notified whenever we drop them uploads. Y'all know we coming with about 4 videos every smooth 7. This is for entertainment purposes as well, and when you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, helps Collective grow, helps Collective get bigger, helps more people who like this type of content tap in with this content. But I appreciate you if you're watching any TV, whatever the case is. I wish with smooth 7. I love y'all, Collective. I'll see y'all in the next one. Y'all know what it is. We gone.
Ay, yeah, I just check my account. Sheesh, at the amount. You probably know it.